Hi there, my name is Feldrin and welcome back to Dungeon Siege 3. We're on our way to a cave to find some sacred oil as well as some eggs for the witch. And in the meantime I also bought a new weapon. The spear, or rather staff, in my right hand, as well as I don't know what it is, in my left hand. Lucas also has a new weapon, but it's a two-hander, so he isn't showing it right now. Alright, let's continue.
Poor old monk. Looks like he tried to make a run for it.
That's a longer piece of lore which talks about how the old monk found some eggs, which turned out to be murderous, watery Vodyanoy spirits. So I guess we're going to repay the favor and murder the entire cave system.
Be on guard.
Actually, what was that over there? This Vodyanoy was slain by sharp claws, probably by its own kin. It looks smaller and scrawnier than most others of its kind. With so little prey in this cave, the Vodyanoy must have turned upon the weakest of their number to sate their hunger. Barbaric cannibals. Actually, the original Vodyanoy spirits, they're a kind of Slavic myth, which doesn't talk about watery fish kind of creatures, but they're actually, the Vodyanoy was a naked old man with a frog-like face. And thinking about that, I'm glad they didn't go that route, because that would actually have been way more terrifying than these guys. Yes. That was exactly what I wanted. That attack critting is one of the most satisfying things in this game. I do feel like I would benefit from having a little bit more critical. Currently it's about at 20 to 25%, and that's just not enough to get consistent criticals. I feel like the game gets weirdly unbalanced once you have 30% criticals, because then it's almost always a critical or something. Those larger ones are a bit more terrifying. Well, once they come in groups. The Vodyanoy Broodmother has a frontal AoE attack, an area of effect attack like that, and of course some melee damage. But it's not that dangerous. On the other hand, when I went here with Katarina, she just kept dying. Even Reinhard had a lot of difficulty staying alive.
What's that grimy, fishy stink? It smells like Vodyanoy eggs.
Lucas, on the other hand, is a champion at survival, really. I still wish he would show his two-handed sword. I'll try to get that in view. All the other characters I've also bought some new weapons for, so Katarina and Reinhard as well. I'll try to show them as well. Also, where the fuck did Lucas go? Sometimes he just speeds off into a direction, I think that's the skill, and then he takes it to a bit of an extreme. Oh well. The next part is just a whole lot of walking, so I'll skip ahead a bit. I really like the next part. Lucas makes for an excellent tank, and because there are so many spawns, it makes for a wonderful inferno. Could have also used the ultimate ability there. I think the ultimate ability can also crit, so critical hits are really important in this game, I think. I am really going to want to get that up to 30% at some point. But I'm also not willing to sacrifice other statistics right now. Alright, I think we're close to another one of those brood mothers. Those larger ones can be pretty dangerous. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's try and stun them. They also don't stay stunned very long, I believe. but stunning them helps a lot regardless. Alright, onwards to the Brood Mother. And something else as well, I believe. Yeah, let's just focus on her first. She's a bit stronger than the other ones. Has a multiple projectile AoE attack. And there's probably going to be more spawns as well. Actually, let's see. Oh, did that hit? I'm not sure. I don't think the range of the ultimate ability is very far. Let me just get into a spot where I have a bit more room to maneuver. Oh shit, an AoE attack on Lucas. Yeah. The AI is not smart enough to move out of that. And to be honest, even I'm not smart enough sometimes. Let's see whether I can get him back. Wonderful. Having Lucas in this area makes a hell of a lot of difference. The other characters are prone to dying a lot faster, and when I was here with Katarina, well, once I'm dead, then I'm certain not to be rested by her. Also, what was that for Lucas? Some sort of breeches. Oh, yes, that's the Viper's Kiss. We haven't seen that yet, I think, but with that kind of attack and Chaos Poison, I'm hoping it looks nice as well as it does some nice damage. And these are awesome. 47 more stamina, Jesus, and attack. How do they look? Ah, they've got those little angel wings as well going. Nice. A spool of oil emits a soft, diffused glow. The large bones that rest in the oil do not resemble any creature you know. These bones belong to a massive winged creature, but the shape of its skeleton suggests a large feline predator. Though it seems difficult to believe, you may be looking at the skeletal remains of a winged lion.
I think that's a Lamasu, the Legion's totem animal. You see their statues everywhere, but I never thought they were actually real.
The oil is nearly as transparent as water. It leaves a faintly sweet scent upon your fingers, but it quickly fades. You fill a flask with oil from the pool, which continues to glow inside the container. Alright, that is one of the objectives in this cave done. I think we only need one more batch of eggs, and then we are done in this cave system and can head back to the witch. Let me just skip ahead because we just need to backtrack a little bit here. I was about to say that's a lot of Vodyanoy, but then they died pretty much instantly. What's this? It's a lore piece on the Vodyanoy. Nice. And more walking. Sometimes I have no idea what the hell is actually going on, but everything is dying, so I think it's working out nicely. There's a lot of walking in this cave. That was perfect. I think Lucas pushed them back into my range again, and then we murdered them collectively. Wonderful teamwork. Ah yes, that is the last Brood Mother, I believe. A bunch of spawns as always, and then we are done here, I would think. Yes, this is the weaker version, with just one AoE attack. The empowered version of the normal fire attack isn't all that great, to be honest. I just tried it like 4 times and, well, it's nice, but sometimes it didn't seem to actually hit, which was weird. I think I'd rather use the firewall. And the last eggs. Alright, that takes care of that. Back to the witch it is.
Ah, you found the eggs. And the old monk, is he alright?
He's dead. Killed by Vodyanoy.
Then I am sorry. He was a gentle and kind-hearted man, a credit to his people. These eggs will never hatch. I will use my magic to bind them, so the water spirits cannot use them to cross into our world. But I will study them, peer inside them, into the realm of elemental water. As I promised, here is your reward. May the Dark Sister protect you wherever your roads may lead.
An Equinox band. Let's quickly check that out. Attack and what else? Chaos Weakening? No, it's not that great. Alright, and I think that finishes the entire desert, which means that we can now head back to the abbey and explore the ominous door in the basement. Well, let's just skip all this walking back. I just bought a new breastplate for this character, and I think that is probably the next tier from this area, but it looks slightly weird in combination with the rest. Oh well, it's got better stats, so let's use it.
Is there anything you need?
Your friend Eridai is dead. I found his body in the cave.
I should have known something was wrong. We hadn't heard from him in days. Apart from Simeon, Brother Eridai was the last of the monks who were here when I first came to the abbey. Thank you for telling me. He was a good friend, and he'll be missed.
We'll talk again later.
I hope so. Just be careful outside our walls.
Sister Eleanor is far too sweet to beg any favors. That's better left to a shameless lout like me. So here's the short of it. Our poor Saint Hiram is missing his hand. It's been lost for years, and we don't know where it is. But the rest of his bones were found in the vault, so his hand might still be there.
How did Saint Hiram end up in the vault?
Oh, tragic story. The good saint came to this place on a mission from the church a long time ago, back when Molokai and his heretics were alive. All he meant to do was talk to them, share a feast and a drink or 3, try to turn them back to the faith. But no, the heretics, dour, joyless fellows that they were, they locked poor Hiram in the vault. And that's where he died. Wish I knew how it happened, but I don't.
Hiram was your patron saint?
The Jolly Saint of Kettleburg, they called him. He could reach out his hand and pluck a fine red apple from thin air. Or some chocolates, or a bottle of wine, whatever you liked. He worked all kinds of miracles with that hand, mostly involving food and drink. But those are the best kind, if you ask me.
So you want me to look for a missing hand?
Sounds a little silly when you put it like that, but yes, must be down in the vault somewhere. Hiram wore a ring inscribed with the shield of Azanai. It marked him as an envoy of the church. If it's still on his finger, you'll know you found his hand.
Alright, and with that, it's time to start exploring what is behind the door. An ancient stone altar stands before you. Still, well, light the braziers. You pour the oil from the sacred cave into the braziers. Within seconds, the vicious liquid begins to bubble violently. Suddenly, the braziers flare to life with enchanted fire. You set the heavy tablet on the altar with a resounding thud. You recite the words that are inscribed upon the tablet.
Saints and prophets of old, I call upon you. Accept this offering of oil that once was blood.
You hear a rumbling sound from deep in the vault below your feet.
Hear my words. In Azunai's name, unseal the door and open the way.
Well, there's certainly no ancient evil lurking behind that.
Inside, not yet. I had to warn you. Something powerful is waiting in the vault. Worse than the other undead.
How can you know what's in the vault? Have you ever been inside?
No, but I've read all the books, and I asked Simeon all the questions I could. Even as a girl, I was persistent. The chiefs of the heretics, the ones who built the vault and the ruins, they weren't ordinary men. They were giants from the Agalan Mountains, powerful and very long-lived. Most of them were sealed in the vault, but the scent of Legion blood will call them awake.
The leader of the giants, who was he?
Molokai, last disciple of the maimed king. His faith was strong when he first came here, but after 300 years, something changed, and he lost his way.
I already fought some giant skeletons in the desert.
Those were the youngest giants. They'd serve as Templars for a decade or more before they took their vows. But the older giants, the priests, they could live for 1,000 years, and they knew magic that the Legion has forgotten. Even in death, I doubt that knowledge has abandoned them.
Is there anything else you know about the vault?
Whatever is hidden inside, whatever the greatest treasure of the faith really is, nothing good ever comes of its pursuit. The vault devours everyone who passes through its gate. Saint Hiram, Etienne de Marnay, even Simeon. In one way or another, all of them were lost. Some secrets are better left in the dark. Even if you discover the truth, it will always have a consequence. For someone, if not for you.
You're not threatening me, are you?
Thanks for the warning. We'll be all right.
The treasure in the vault doesn't matter. Not to me. But I hope you find Dumane. Alive or dead. At least we'll finally know.
Well then, let's explore the vault and possibly find Dumane. But to be honest, I'm more interested in the treasure. Actually, let's switch to Lucas for a bit. Why not? To Reinhardt, I mean. And I believe that is his new weapon, which should have a huge amount of statistics. Let me just quickly check. Yes, well, mostly attack, but that's what I bought the weapon for. 219 attack, and a bit of will and a bit of chaos ice.
Bad spiritual energy. It's very, very close.
Oh, no. As always, don't stand in the vomiting creature. I think Reinhardt is doing a good job at stunning that damn thing. Wonderful. Can I stun it as well? Probably. I also think that thing teleported towards me, didn't it? Where is the healing spell? Over there. And for Reinhardt, I think we were building his clockwork trap, and that's it really. And shock and awe for a bit more stun. I hope they're not all going to be spawning from those wall segments. That is going to be predictable really fast. Ah, loot. Before we continue over there, I think there's some more loot up here, as well as probably some lore. Let's just get rid of these quickly. Where is the loot? There's the lore. Journal of the Priest God Onesimus. And probably something of... oh yes, that looks like loot. Chances of actually getting an upgrade are getting increasingly slimmer, because I am, well, buying stuff more often. But still, even if it's not an upgrade, at least it's more loot to sell. Let's continue in that direction. Probably, yes, alright. I'm starting to get the gist of this. I think they also spawn skeletons if you leave them alive for too long, but that hasn't happened so far. And the reformatory.
Ah, yes, the reformatory. Perennial friend and companion to every oppressive dogma.
I think that just means section where we brainwash people, right?
Reason triumphs again.
I have no idea why things are dying, but I am cool with this. And a letter to the High Priest Molokai? Now, a request from Overseer Zalman. I believe that is one of the bosses that we are going to have to fight right now. I wish I hadn't used the ultimate ability just now. Oh well. Let's just get the fuck away from here for a second, because this is... oh well, that turned out way better than I expected it to. What the hell is that? Come on, back into the fire with all of you. Wonderful. What did he drop? Zalman's Flying Sword. That sounds nice. Now then, what's over here? That's a long piece of lore which talks about the fate of the Saint Hiram. And apparently he was captured by the cult and sent to a re-education chamber, which we are now going to find, because we still want his hand, of course. Oh, that's actually nicely designed. It's a bit of a slow door, but it's nicely designed nonetheless. Oh, finally! I happened into an unfortunate death a while ago with Reinhardt, and I just killed Zalman again, and Lucas has finally shown his new two-handed blade. Looks nice. Also, that means that we have the Zalman's flying blade again, which I can also equip on him. Hopefully he'll show that as well. It's actually not that great, to be honest. It only has a bit more agility. Oh well, but we already know the Fallen Keeper's scimitar. It's the really dark looking blade. I'm curious how the other one looks. I'll switch back to the Fallen scimitar again. Alright, so, where were we? Yes, I was going to open this door and then I died behind this door, which didn't turn out right. So let me just quickly save for a second. I think they simply gave Lucas better items or something. Or his skills are a lot more defensively orientated because he does have to go into melee combat all the time. Those things, they spawn those big skeletons, and those big skeletons are actually a terrifying entity, because they have those wide sweeping area of effect attacks. But if you kill the summoner, the big skeletons also die. And that's actually a way better way of dealing with them, to be honest. Any of the other characters would probably have already died from all of that. And this looks like a room full of lore. Let me just collect it, and then I'll skip forwards. Actually, it looks like there is a little bit more than only lore. What is behind this door? Ah, more lore. But also the Dawn Blade. Another weapon for Lucas. Ah, that is the Flying Zelman's something blade. It looks nice. The other one looks better though. And now that we have another weapon for him, let's also check that out, I guess. Where is it? Another two-hander. Oh dear. With an insane amount of willpower. Well, I'm curious how it looks. Does he also have a new shield? No. Alright. Can't just get new stuff everywhere all the damn time, eh? Alright, let's continue. Actually, let's go to the other wing, because seeing as how we're getting items constantly, this is probably also going to lead to some items. As well as lore. Alright, I've collected the lore, and then I guess another item awaits us behind this door. Lion's Roar. Again for Lucas. I wonder whether we're also going to get similar items for other characters. That is a hella good shield. Nice. How does it look? It looks very detailed. Okay, let's continue. And what is this? Another one of those sand doors, eh? Well, this shouldn't be too difficult. Oh dear. The mummies can be pretty dangerous. I think they can... yeah, they can teleport. They can also summon skeletons, but really I haven't kept them alive long enough for them to do that, I think. And that is the earthquake ability from Lucas. He hasn't been using that a lot of times. I think we have a few... well, we had a few skeletons and then they died. As with every summoned creature, they all die once the summoner dies. I think there's something over here. Looks like one of two levers, or levers, or keys. These skeletons actually do a surprising amount of damage. I usually don't notice that because they die so quickly. I feel a lot more comfortable bringing Lucas than bringing the other characters. Lucas is just a whole lot more sturdy than the other guys, and that makes for a way better combination with Angelia, who is really kinda squishy. Sometimes it looks as if the ultimate ability just refuses to deal damage, which is kind of weird. Oh well. No. Okay, see, this often happens. And then all the other characters usually wouldn't be capable of surviving long enough to resurrect me. And another one of the levers. Which goes where? Oh, the Chamber of Re-Education. I think that is actually where we needed to go, to find, yes, the Hand of Saint Hiram.
I can see what they used this room for. It involved a lot of screaming.
And that must be, yes, the hand. A collection of grisly instruments and weapons are scattered across this table. They were obviously used for tasks you would rather not think about. Among the assorted tools you see a skeletal human hand. A soft glow emanates from one of its fingers. The source of the light is a golden ring inscribed with the shield of Azanai. The hand appears to be quite old and fragile. If you try to remove the ring, you may damage or destroy the hand. And we are actually met with a choice then, eh? So we can remove the ring or take the hand. I assume that removing the ring will give us the ring, whereas taking the hand allows us to give the hand as well as the ring back to the jolly fellow at the start. So, well, why not put this up to a vote? What should we do? Alright, and with that I think I'm also going to call it a day, and then I'm going to bid you farewell. Have a good evening.